What is life like after prison, and how do you take the skills from time inside and apply them to the outside world when you're released?
Joining us now is Ryan Moser, a writer and journalist for Prison Journalism Project. He served 8 years for property crimes in North Florida.
And recently published an article in Condé Nast about travel after confinement and sending his first night of freedom right here in Miami.
Ryan, first of all, thank you so much for joining us and talking about life after prison, because we live in a society where we just lock people up and sort of forget about them, and often they get in trouble after they're released. Tell us about the Prison Journalism Program and how you got involved in this project.
Well, thank you for having me, Elliot. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. So the Prison Journalism Project contacted me in 2020 and asked if I wanted to become one of the first members of a journalism cohort that they were developing. And it was basically a 10-month correspondence course where you were taught the basics of reporting, how to report with accuracy and brevity and clarity, observe your surroundings and report with compassion and fact check and things like that. And after the 10-month course, you were prepared to at least be at a beginning level of journalism, and that's where I was at when I started to become published.
That's fantastic. It's so important that people are armed with the skills to be contributing members of our community after incarceration. So that's really great. What do you remember most vividly about that first night of freedom in Miami, and how has this city impacted you?
Well, I love Miami. I'm from Philly, but it's a sister city, and my mentor and his wife, Alan and Janice, were so hospitable in having me stay for the week and show me around. And it's just an incredible city. And the first night out for me was, what I remember the most is that feeling of peace for the first time in a long time. And that's due to the people that had helped me and supported me along the way, and changes that I made in my own life. And I felt like I was ready for a new beginning in a different direction. And it's a really good feeling. So restart.
Well, it's good to hear that you're getting that support here in South Florida. Now, if someone has a loved one who is in prison, how can they get connected to this project if they're interested?
Well, Elliot, we actually have a newsletter, newspaper that goes into many institutions, PJP's inside, and that has a contact information. But you can also you can have your family look it up on the internet and get the P.O. box and just mail them a letter with a submission. And you can find out submission guidelines as you work with them more. And they're very open to new writers. So we recommend that everybody, no matter what your skill level, you take a chance and submit and essays and maybe some articles. We're trying to develop journalists inside so that we can report on a place where there's been not a lot of voices over the years, and we're trying to change that.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, congratulations on your success, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us this evening.
Thank you, Nanda.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.